Welcome to Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealers Association.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of KADA. I am your host, Jason Wilson, president of KADA. And with me today is Sarah Bishop, our own Sarah Bishop, who is the Vice President of Legislative Affairs here at KADA. And we're here to talk to you all about district meetings. Sarah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, it's always fun to be on this one.
Right. So let's just jump right into it. So district meetings, we've been doing these for years. At a high level, just talk about to our dealers what they can expect to when they attend one of these.
It is crazy that it's October already. I can't believe we're
Right.
talking about meetings. It's not, it's virtually October, I guess.
That's right.
District meetings are a great opportunity to not only meet with your fellow dealers in your area, but to really kind of get both a year in review of what we've done in the last year and look ahead to next year, which is practically upon us, incredibly enough. We do a lot of discussion about what our legislative agenda will be. We talk about industry trends. We talk about kind of what dealers are seeing and what they can look forward to in the year to come, and kind of what we're seeing at a national level too, because these do occur just after our call on Washington. So it's a great opportunity to learn. I think what a lot of people forget is that it's a good opportunity to bring some of your managers in too. It's not just for the dealer principals. We want you to bring those managers in too, because it's a nice opportunity for them to see what's going on.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that. I would encourage dealers that are listening or watching this to consider bringing your management team there, because some of the things that we're going to talk about, your folks who deal with it sort of in the trenches day to day, this will have an impact on. We're going to talk about some of the compliance issues. We're going to talk about things going on at the federal level, and really things that if you have senior management that's interfacing with your consumers or running important aspects of your business, it's important that they attend as well. And to your point, like you said, it's a bit of we look back a little bit, but then it's a look to the future as well, because we are always in motion, obviously, in this industry.
For sure. We also have a lot of legislators that attend these things from your area. So it's a nice opportunity to kind of make those contacts and keep those relationships that can be so beneficial for the dealers and their businesses.
Yeah, and that's again another very good point. We do our best to get legislators to attend these, and most of them, if they're available to attend, want to be there. They're very curious of what's going on in our industry with transportation, how we are in this state versus other states, and getting that perspective. And frankly, it's an opportunity when we sort of talk about the things that we're looking to accomplish in the upcoming legislative session. Is a chance for us to speak to them, knowing they're in that audience, understanding what our needs as an industry are, what the ask is for our dealers, and those sort of things. Remind me, this is the big travel and road show. How many of these are we doing this year?
We're doing 5. So we start in Lexington on October the 8th. That is at that Embassy Suites right there on the interstate. So we'll be there October 8th. We are in Louisville at the Hurstbourne Country Club on the 9th. And in Northern Kentucky in Florence on the 10th at the Hilton Cincinnati Airport. Then we take a little break, not a real break because we'll be doing some meetings elsewhere, but we take a little break and we come back for our Western Kentucky kind of tour on October 23rd in Katie's at Lake Barkley and the 24th in Bowling Green. So if you have not registered, if you're listening and you haven't registered, go to our website and register, please, so that we can give everybody accurate counts. We want to make sure we got food for everybody.
Yeah, be sure and do that. Look, these meetings have been really well attended. I think the dealers that have been in the past, we generally have a pretty good turnout. We have regulars that show up every year, but we'd like to see some new faces. Look, we're talking about things that are going to impact your business directly. We may have a few folks on our federal delegation as well that are in attendance that we're working with, and it's a chance to kind of again get really a big overall picture of what we've been dealing with, what we're expecting to deal with, and of course look, it's bound to be interesting. We're going to be at the time of these meetings just a few weeks from a national presidential election. And, of course, there's a lot of things going on. House, Senate, everything's sort of up in the air. So it's going to be a very intriguing time. And it's, in fact, at the time we're making this recording and we're talking about what our topics are going to be and whatnot, it's fluid, right? Because we're not sure what all is going to be going on and what we might want to cover in 2 weeks from now.
It certainly is fluid. And we've got not only the big federal election coming up, but we've got the state house election coming up too. Those seats are up, a few senators as well. So having those folks attend, and we've got a limited few who are going to be speaking as
Right.
well. So I think we can get some inside baseball on that. I think it might be a fun
Yeah.
time.
So look, I think it's going to be, well, I know it's going to be a really good event. We've been doing these now for the last few years, and again, very well attended. We're going to feed you. You can come in. There's a little cocktail period, so you can have a little beverage before dinner, and then we'll all break bread together, and then just talk about what is going on, what we're all engaged in every day, and that's the automotive industry.
And we're excited in Louisville. We didn't mention this. Attorney General Russell Coleman's scheduled to come, and he'll be filling us in on some of his lawsuits involving the EPA and some of their emission standards and all that means for our industry. So I think that he will be a great speaker to hear from. So we're looking forward to seeing him too.
That'll be great. He's been very good to work with. Sarah and I have met with him now on some issues related to, again, what you just talked about with the EPA as well as other things. So very pleased that he's going to be there as well. So we hope to see you there. All the pertinent information regarding these meetings will be attached to this email. Come by and register. You know you're going to come. Don't put it off. And bring some staff. Bring some of those key management folks so they can see what goes on outside of the building. Sometimes it's good to get folks outside of the dealership, talking with their peers, attending these peer group meetings where they're going to learn some things. I promise you we'll have some good information.
So easy to get bogged down in selling cars that you don't see the forest for the trees. So come on out. Let's talk about what's going on outside the store too.
Very good. Well, Sarah, thanks for joining on this edition of Horsepower. And we hope to see each of you at the district meetings here. And we'll see y'all soon.